Do you want your Pacific person to be constantly thinking about you, messaging you, giving you that attention, always in their thoughts? I mean, who wouldn't want that, right? But you can actually manifest it in. But one thing that I will not tell you to do is go into a manifestation of where you're begging them to do all that. I want you guys to all understand that you're all limitless being with your untapped potential. But at times you just need that psychic guidance, that navigation. I recently came across Anne. She did an interview with Drew Barrymore. And in that interview, she actually told us about how a psychic stopped her and told her, gave her that message, it's okay. You're actually meant to be someone like Drew Barrymore.
I got a job and I couldn't do it because I was contractually obligated to do another job. And I was really sad because I wanted this job so bad. And I was walking around a flea market in LA just like, oh my God, what's gonna happen? Is everything gonna be okay? I was so nervous. And this young girl ran up to me and she goes, can I just stop you for 1 second? And I'm like, okay. And she goes, I'm a psychic. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, my grandmother's a psychic, my mom's a psychic. And I need to tell you something. You just got blocked from doing something and it's gonna be okay, but you're not on the path you should be. You're supposed to be like a Drew Barrymore.
So the wonders of a top level psychic can do so much more in your life, guys. There's such a stigma, like, ooh, psychics are bad, ooh, stay away from them. No, in fact, we're far more advanced spiritually of where you can benefit from, seek that guidance and really spiritually evolve. But in this video in particular, one thing that I got so frustrated at that I came across is like these video searches that people are doing as to how they will beg to be by your side. Like, why would you want someone to be begging and pleading to be with you? Because then they're coming from a place of desperation. It's like you're begging, oh, I'm desperate, I want to be with you, I really want to be with you. Well, what do we know about manifesting state, guys? When someone comes from a place of lack, need and want, right, that desperate energy, does that manifestation really stick? Ask yourself, does it? Another thing that you need to consider is when you have a desire to be with that specific person, but you want that person to beg you to really be with them, right? What does that say about you? What does that say about your inner state? Do you have insecurities that you need that person to be begging you to be by your side? Do you have a lack of confidence? Do you have a lack of self-worth? So what's either way? Which place are you coming from that you want the person to beg you or enter into that desperation mode? So it works both ways. Come on, I'm just here to tell you just how to get really spiritually smart as to how to enter a manifesting state, particularly when it comes to a specific person. And one thing you do not want to do is beg them to even be with you. I mean, what does that say about you? We all want that deep, passionate alignment with that desired person. We do. But one thing you got to understand about your desire is that you send up in the non-physical dimension, up in the quantum field, it's just another dimension. It already exists. It just doesn't have the mass yet. So what that means is it's just a matter of time of how it appears in your 3D reality. One thing that you do not want to do is enter into that begging desperation state, which is you, or have them come forward in that begging desperate state, because it's not gonna stick. That manifestation is 3D. It is not gonna stick. Sure, you'll manifest him in. Psychically, I'm giving you free insight here. Not gonna stick. Now, the interesting thing about the universe is when you put enough fire behind that desire, oh God, that rhymes, towards of a manifestation or manifesting that specific person in, what happens is the universe will orchestrate events, perhaps people that you connect with, that connects you to that person, certain communication, certain triggers, certain things that will align you towards your desire. So if you're wanting or seeking that person to beg and be desperate to be with you, again, it's going back to the same thing I said. What does that say about you as a person? What are you lacking where you need that person to be begging to be by your side? And if you have something that is lacking, well, even if that person comes in, there's no other person that can fill that void. It's you yourself. That's why they call it inner work, inner state. So the more you get behind upgrading you as a person, the more solid and grounded your connection or that specific person coming in will be. Trust me, you do not want that person to be begging and to be desperate to be with you. You do not. So the beautiful thing about the universe, and you've got to have trust and faith in this, is that it will present certain events or situations or communication or perhaps people that connect you, but it's all in alignment towards your desire of that specific person. But, this is the but now, if you are following what other manifestation coaches are telling you, i.e. you want that person to beg to be with you, and you want him to be desperate, you want her to be desperate, well, okay, you'll manifest that person in, but it ain't gonna stick. I mean, how long are you gonna entertain that? It's gonna start to annoy you, isn't it? So, I mean, let's take me for example. I would never do business with someone who was actually begging me or was desperate to be with me. Why? Like, where are you coming from? What's your hidden agenda? Why? What are you lacking? Well, hang on. What am I lacking that I've attracted someone like you? Now, let's take, for example, someone's ghosted you. So you were communicating, it was getting on well, and all of a sudden, bam, no contact. You haven't heard from them. And then you answer the phone to the psychic and like, oh my God, he's totally ghosted me. I've not heard from him. Blah, 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 blah. The one key advice I'm going to give you there, guys, is remain in your manifesting state. Don't allow that external circumstance to influence or change anything in the internal. You keep being you. You shine bright and bold and confident. You stay in that manifesting state. Because I'm telling you, majority of the time, when people ghost other people, it's because there's issues with that person themselves. Majority of the time, it's nothing to do with you. If you remain solid in your inner state and you show to the universe that you are constantly upgrading yourself, guess what? Everything around you that happens to you will start upgrading. So if you have a boundary of, you know what, I'm not entertaining that. You've ghosted me. I'm not entertaining it. I'm not going to even enter into that wobble manifesting state. What you do in that situation too is tell the universe, bring me that specific desired person when they are truly ready to step in to a vibrational alignment as to where I'm at. And if it's not that person, it's not that person. But what you don't do is keep yourself stagnated, because energy always flows. Energy is always on the move. So you yourself cannot be stagnated or stuck just because of a specific person, especially when they've ghosted you. That's the worst thing to do, because what you're doing as well is delaying the timeline. You gotta move the energy. You gotta shift. As soon as you start shifting from within, your vibration will shift. But that specific person, and if they are a spiritual connection, they will pick it up. They're like, hang on, this person's not really noticing me, or this person's gone quiet on me. Oh my God, did I do anything wrong? Oh my God. Well, no shit, Sherlock. You actually ghosted them. So next time someone ghosts you, honestly, don't spend more than 5 minutes on it. Get back into your manifesting state. Get back into your solid inner work. You don't want no one to beg and be desperate to be with you. I don't want that begging. I don't want that desperation. You come to me when you're in a solid state, and the only way they're going to come in that solid state is when you yourself start upgrading the version of you. Because if you are inviting people who are begging, who are desperate, you're just inviting drama. I'll be honest, it's just drama. So let's do a meditation together where we are drawing your energy back in. We are making you even more stronger, and you're entering now back into your manifesting state. So I want you to imagine a psychic cord that links you to that person. And as you relax and you take those deep breaths, you're going to visualize that cord with energy going through it. And as the energy is flowing from you to them, the energy is then coming back from them to you. And you just visualize that peaceful state. And then as you're breathing, getting even more relaxed, even more deeper into your energy, you ask of the universe, draw in my energy, make me stronger and bolder with courage to be back into my own manifesting state. I surrender all actions. I surrender everything that is now happening. 3D circumstances does not affect me. I'm a solid manifester. I work as a 5-dimensional being. I live inside out. And just imagine that energy flowing between you two. imagine that chord, and that's all you do is simply relax. And just remember, the power starts from you. The power begins from your inner state. Upgrading you as that person, as that limitless energy that you are, and knowing that you attract and not chase.